What up? Y'all can see me? I'm just learning how to use all this software and stuff. So, forgive me. This is my new setup. This is where I'm going to be going live. Shouts to my boy Kyle for sharing his channel with me. And I appreciate y'all. Yup, cocaine bot emojis in the chat and all that. Rooster emojis if you old school. Yeah, my barber's been out of town, and I'm very loyal to her. And after this, I'm going straight to the barber shop. So I know I look a little bit raggedy, but I appreciate it. First things first, I'm getting my bottom row of teeth done tomorrow. So shouts to Dr. Mark Katz of Beverly Hills, making that happen, Cap'n. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very grateful. There's a lot to unpack here. I want to kind of discuss my entire journey at No Jumper leading up to this point and go into where I'm at right now. So, first and foremost, I want to thank my brother Disaster. If it wasn't for him, and by the way, at the end of the stream, I'll be answering any questions. I don't know if super chats are enabled, but if there is super chats, then I will answer those. Man, this chat going crazy. Appreciate all y'all. So yeah, my brother Disaster, due to the fact that he already had content that had gone viral on No Jumper, despite the fact that I had already attempted to get a podcast on there multiple times and it didn't come to fruition, he was able to leverage it through the God Tier podcast due to his previous relationship with them and due to the fact that he had already been doing so well in the context of that podcast. So he enabled us to get platformed. Every person that graced not only the God Tier podcast, but that I brought on to interview, I'm very, very grateful for your contributions to my success over there and enabling me to be able to reach as many people as I did. And my whole intention with being at No Jumper was to increase the audience of battle rap, bring a new audience to battle rap, and bring battle rap to a bunch of people that hadn't been exposed to it yet, and also bridge the glaringly apparent generational gap that is in hip-hop culture. Me being somebody like, I'm not someone that's nostalgic for a particular era. Obviously, I'm 41 years old. I grew up on 90s hip-hop. That's always going to be my favorite. That is my foundation, but I love all eras of hip-hop. I love all subgenres. I love everything from motherfucking Curtis Blow to Playboy Cardi and everything in between. All eras. There's people and artists and producers in every single facet of the culture that I admire. It's not just limited to one particular scene or anything like that. So what I really wanted to do was bridge this generational gap, show the old heads that there is merit with some of these younger artists to the best of my ability, and show the younger people in hip hop that, you know, while you don't have to know your history, if you do learn it, it just opens up a new chamber in your mind creatively and will allow you to have more context. It's difficult to move forward without knowing where you've been. And, you know, this is the 50th year anniversary of hip-hop culture, and I kind of wanted to help shed some light on that. I had big plans for what I wanted to do. A lot of the things I haven't got a chance to accomplish yet. However, a lot of the things I did get to do, and bringing battle rap to No Jumper, bringing people rapping on the platform back to it when the focus seemed to be veering in a whole different direction, and you know, Adam's interest seemed to be going in a whole other direction, and he has openly and admittedly said that he doesn't listen to hip-hop anymore and he's not interested in hip-hop. Me being able to inject that sensibility over there to the best of my ability is something that I'm very happy with, and getting to platform and shine light on artists that probably wouldn't have gotten that look over there, even though they so obviously deserved it. People like King Nico, Vel the Wonder, Baby Franco Chain, Pistol McFly, Reverie, so many different artists, in addition to getting able to chop it up with legends like Tash and Exhibit and Rock of Helter Skelter, and, you know, people like Cash Kid and people like Moray, and, you know, even getting a chance to sit down with Jim Jones and Joel Santana and everything like that. That's so incredible and such a great opportunity. Now, one thing that a lot of people say to me, and I want to address, is that I'm so thirsty for validation and desperate for validation and attention seeking and reaching out to make sure that I want to be liked and all that. Like, duh, motherfucker. Not only am I a recovering addict, but I've gone over this several times. Back in September, my entire world was unraveled to the point where I was openly suicidal. I was at the end of my rope and didn't even want to go forward in life. So I was at a low point in life. I lost everything that I felt was near and dear to me. And even the things that I still did have intact, it was hard for me to even recognize it because I was so in this funk. And it's difficult if you haven't been there. If you haven't gone through this type of depression and self-loathing and self-doubt and pain and inner turmoil, then you wouldn't understand. And No Jumper, getting that look on No Jumper gave me a second life. It gave me hope. It brought me back. And in the midst of that feeling, I started to lean really heavily on the positive feedback that I was getting from these fans, because I wasn't seeing it in other aspects of my life. With my mother being incredibly ill, with my relationship deteriorating, with the financial struggles that pretty much sent me back to ground zero, despite everything that I had going on with the battle rap platform GTX, which has been so successful in so many ways, and I'm so grateful for. Despite all that, despite the people in my corner that loved me, I felt so low, and this is what brought me back. And the connection that I had with the fans, that really helped me crawl out of that hole. And I kind of leaned a little bit too into that and relied too much on that feedback for my self-esteem, to the point where I started to feel empty without it. And yeah, I now felt like I was part of this new family. And I had this whole new group of friends that didn't know me like that. And I wanted them to like me. And I wanted to be a part of it. And I wanted to do whatever I could to continue to get that validation and that love from that fans. As unhealthy as it is, as counterintuitive to my nature as it is. And, you know, I've had those problems with validation for years. And I've had insecurities for years. I think that the fact that I've been so open, because me being honest is what I felt endeared people to me. But then at a certain point, I was too honest. And I was even honest about my dishonesties, which made people kind of look a little sideways at everything that I did. And I know my stories are outside the box. And I know that what I've been through and the way that I come across and just me as a human being is a lot to digest for people that don't understand that. And for people that don't understand me. And for the people that haven't known me for years. It takes people a while to get to know me. I've been used to that. 1 second. So, look, it's not about me being a victim. Any situation that I put myself in is my fault. I take accountability. I can't control the actions of other people. I can only control my own actions. It's not about me being a victim. It's about me realizing and recognizing my faults, my flaws, and owning them and trying to do my best to move past them. I really enjoyed working at No Jumper. I don't have anything bad to say about No Jumper. I don't have anything bad to say about my coworkers. I got a lot of love for a lot of people that I met over there. So many people on the staff were super cool. People like House Phone, like AD, showed a genuine love and interest in my well-being at different times. You know, there's different levels of friendship. I know who my friends are. I know who my family is. And, you know, No Jumper is not that. Although I do have a great deal of respect and admiration for every single person that I grace that platform with. And have nothing bad to say. At the end of the day, I understand No Jumper wanting to part ways with me. And that's completely their right and their decision. I will get into exactly what happened. A couple other things, though. I think there's more to it than what people see and what people are aware of. You know what? I'm going to tell my story the way I want to. If y'all don't like it, y'all can leave right now. I'm going to say it on my terms. This is my statement. Anybody that wants me to hurry up, y'all can bounce and come back and go to cipher through the video at your own pace. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. This is my new platform that I'm going to be a part of. Subscribe. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. And that's that. Cocaine bots in the chat, man. Shouts to everybody that I worked with at No Jumper. Shouts to Sharp. Shouts to AD, T-Rail, House Phone, Duno, Smack, Potlord, Yuri, Blazzy, Icon, Suspect, Gina, everybody over there. Shouts to Josh. It's all love. Shouts to Trevor. Yeah, please hit the like button too. Come on, run it up. I wasn't aware of how many people are in here. It's kind of crazy. Couple things. I didn't like the way I was treated on the pod, as far as I felt like, and a lot of it was my own doing, and I'm responsible for a lot of the negativity that came my way, but I felt like my earnestness, my genuine nature, and things like that were very badly exploited for content. I felt like people wanted to make a joke of me, and I put in way too much work for way too long in hip-hop culture. I have way too many accomplishments in hip-hop culture. I've been way too solid with way too many people in way too many cities, neighborhoods, states, and countries to be treated like I'm just some regular-ass guy that deserves to be fucking exploited and roasted and talked down to by anybody. That shit is lame. That shit is not cool. That shit wasn't good for my brand. That shit wasn't good for the brands of anybody that fucks with me in any capacity. All that shit is fucking pathetic. Alright? The fact that I was labeled as pandering to black people because I'm an advocate of disenfranchised minorities, and I'm aware of systemic oppression and racism and the evils that the forefathers of this country and the people that are the ruling class have perpetrated on minorities for all this time. The fact that I'm aware of that and speak openly about it was looked down upon, and I was looked at as pandering when we're in fucking hip-hop culture. That is literally what I'm supposed to be doing as an active participant, as a guest in the house, a welcome guest in the house of hip-hop culture for so long. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. And if you're in hip-hop culture and doing anything else, I'm looking at you funny, as are anybody that has any respect for the foundation of what was built over here and what this continues to be. You know, this is created by black and brown people. And if you're participating in it in any capacity, not just as an artist, but as a media, whatever the fuck you're doing, and you're not pushing that line, what are you really in this for? It doesn't make sense to me. There's too many people, there's too many artists that have come into hip hop culture, used it to further their agenda, and then pivoted to another genre or something else. I'm not one of those people. I'm here for life. I'm here A1 day one, and I will continue to be in this until the day that I die. It is preordained. It is predestined. It is the way I am. And anything else is supporting fucking racism as far as I'm concerned. And I do not platform racists. I do not support racism. And me speaking up against that, anyone that holds that against me can fucking push pebbles. You feel me? Like, you seriously swallow gallons of semen if you're going against that agenda in any capacity, because we know what time it is. The people that are real to this culture and the people that are true to themselves really understand what's going on here. And I don't get down like that. I didn't come from another subculture and then pivot to hip hop. I've been in hip hop my entire life. All you got to do is look me up. My entire repertoire. Like, I have years in this game, okay? Since childhood. Being used for content to be embarrassed, that shit is fucking lame. And it's not cool to anybody that's over there and anybody that's had to experience it. And nobody on the staff likes that shit. I'll just say that as well. I also want to say that I don't like the person that I became and the way that I was acting when I was at No Jumper, as much as I loved being over there. And it's a great place to work. It was a lot of fun. Get to be around creative people all day. It's like the environment, the professionalism in so many aspects of it that I never took for granted, and I always appreciated all of that. At the end of the day, I didn't like the person that I was, and it all goes back. It really all goes back to the it all goes back to the way I was in that Flacco situation. Although it was something that I was asked to do, I did not need to do that. And I knew, as somebody that is in a program of sobriety that entails me living a rigorously honest life based on spiritual principles, I fell short so many times in my tenure at No Jumper of being that. And the most glaringly apparent was the situation with Flacco, who turned out to be a good dude. I forgot to shout out Flacco earlier. Shouts to Flacco. He's actually, one of my favorite people over there, and a really, really solid dude, and who's treated me well, for the most part. And I got nothing bad to say about Flock. And him, he did not deserve me to the things I said, even before the exposure thing. That wasn't cool, Me making fun of like the whole him smelling bad thing. Although it wasn't good fun, I did take it too far. It was mentioned too many times. It's one thing to make a joke here and there, but I leaned into that way too much. And then trying to expose him and embarrass him and put him on blast. Like, a lot of what wound up happening to me, even though I atoned for that, was the bad karma as a result of what I created. And I deserve that. And I'm not falling on a sword, and I'm not feeling like Oh, shit. My bad. Oh, shit. What happened? Okay. Sorry. I'm like new to all this streaming shit. I gotta learn it. So I apologize. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the diss track, how much that affected certain things. I was definitely having fun with it. That was my way of striking back. I did the best I possibly could. Look, hey, I'm not shedding no motherfucking tears here. I'm not playing the victim. I know this is my fault and I'm responsible for it. And I can only control my actions, and my actions at the end of the day left a lot to be desired. Now, I do want to unpack this situation, but I just got to keep it a stack. Making sure that I said everything. I'm not going to, absolutely thank you to Adam for the platform, blah, blah, blah. The world of gossip and rumors and me leaning into that, that's never something I wanted to be a part of. That's not what I was striving towards when I went over to No Jumper, and it frankly didn't suit me well. And that shit is super fucking lame to me, and it made me look hella fucking lame. The way that I was represented and exploited for content by myself and others definitely took its toll on me and mentally, and was not really worth what I gained from it. I was a little bit too distracted from my overall mission and what I want to accomplish in battle rap and beyond. So that's something else that I gotta hold myself accountable for. Now, let's talk about this specific situation. Now, I definitely said too much. I'll just say that. And I trusted people that I shouldn't have trusted. But I was also taken out of context. I was also lied on, and I was also misrepresented by people who aren't even willing to stand on their words at this point. And it's a little bit frustrating, and I'm not sure what the motivation is, and I'm not sure why. But let's fucking talk about it. On Friday, I get a text message from Adam, and he essentially said, I've already spoken to AD. I spoke to AD, and he is, let him know that he's no longer going to be a part of the Tuesday show. I want to move forward with you, T-Rel, and Court. I don't know if T-Rel's going to be down or not, but I'm pretty sure he might be. And my response was like, ooh, like, damn, that sucks. I really fuck with AD, and I have a loyalty to AD because AD is the reason why I wound up being on more podcasts than just the my initial God Tier podcast. Diz was in Lebanon. I had filmed 3 episodes of God Tier one day, and then the following week I filmed 3 more as I'm getting ready to leave. I see AD and Adam sitting down to do the pod. I say, what's up? AD invites me and pushes for me to be a part of that podcast, where I wound up getting a lot of love from the fans. I'm not really sure that Adam really even would have continued to fuck with me on there, but the fans, y'all, were a loud voice, and y'all were vocal about the fact that y'all really enjoyed me on there and wanted to see me more. Then I had a series of other appearances that went well. And then, boom, all of a sudden I have a permanent spot on the podcast. The fact that it was replacing House Phone originally was not my intention and really sucked, because Phone is a dude that I always admired and enjoyed watching on there and was always cool to me in our interactions. AD, if it wasn't for him pushing for me that initial time, it never would have happened with me being on there. I'm going to get into... There's some things I have to reveal about the people that were behind this whole thing getting out. So I got some nuggets for y'all. All y'all fucking gossip fiends, I got some shit for y'all if you stay tuned. Yeah, you could remove. Yeah, Destiny, thank you for modding. Get rid of all the J-Cats. It's funny that people are on my nuts so hard that even when they supposedly don't fuck with me, they still watch me. Like, I don't understand that if I don't like somebody, I'm not watching their content. Hella weird to me, but I get it. That's what happens when you gargle fucking nutsack. I totally understand. Yeah, all y'all gossip fiends, I got something for y'all. So yeah, I'm loyal to AD. Adam hits me up and was like, yeah, I'm going to remove AD from the pod. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea. I believe that's going to cause a lot of division in the no jumper community. I definitely don't think that T-Rail and Duno and all those other guys are going to keep rocking with it if that's the case. And Adam essentially was like, I was like, but I support you, regardless of what your decision. Like, I rock with you, but I don't think this is a good idea, and I wish there was a way that you would reconsider or we could change this. And he basically was like, look, I'm willing to sacrifice people being mad at me and going against me for the long-term goal. And he said multiple times that he kind of wants to pivot and shift the direction away from no jumper. This isn't a secret. He said this publicly. He's said publicly multiple times he's no longer really interested in hip-hop culture. He does do a lot of interviews with rappers still, which is cool. And I think it's great that a lot of these talented young artists are getting the platform that they deserve. So I want No Jumper to continue to exist in that capacity. However, a lot of people don't fuck with No Jumper for whatever reason. And I understand why he doesn't, that's his prerogative. He wants to pivot the direction. He's more into podcasts than he is hip-hop. He's more into political discourse and conversations, which, I'm quite capable of doing. And I think he knows that. He's aware of my intellectual capacity. He's seen me in that format on multiple occasions, seen me be successful. Cool. However, he knows what my initial goal is. He knows what line I'm trying to push over there and what I'm going to be doing. So at the end of the day, it didn't really align. My agenda didn't really align with his. However, I tried my best to get AD to remain on there. I call AD. Now, when Adam was like, he told me the reasons why he wanted to remove AD. There's no reason for me to think that he wasn't forthright with AD about that. He never said, don't discuss with AD what I told you. He told me that he'd already talked to AD. So when I initially spoke with AD, I wasn't aware that there were any secrets or anything that hadn't been mentioned or anything that I should stray away from. Had he said, don't discuss this, this is already, and plus, like, the whole reason, the main reason he said he wants to pivot away from AD wasn't even discussed. And it wasn't about the 4 jokes, which he has said openly on the podcast several times. You could literally look on the pod and find all the examples of him talking about that. That's nothing that was a secret. What he wasn't happy about is a bunch of other things. He wasn't happy about the fact that AD is on a bunch of other podcasts, his own content, and didn't seem that interested in doing the No Jumper pod. And when he was there, he wasn't fully present. And Adam had spoke to him and I about that. And he even mentioned, if you watch Community, he mentioned that on Community that we spoke about that. And, I'm sure he wasn't psyched about the fact that people that AD work with are openly talking down on him and making comments about him and going against his agenda and things like that. People like Pun, he wasn't happy about that. He never went on Ace Boys or anything like that. And, it's understandable. That's the primary reason he didn't want to be on. He didn't want AD on the show. Regardless, when I called AD, what I talked to him about was, I was like, look. I was like, yo, I heard what happened. He's like, yeah, it's fucked up. He wasn't really tripping, but he wasn't happy about it. He just wasn't really, he's still, AD got his own thing going on. He's going to be all right regardless. But I said to him, I was like, look, do you have a problem with me continuing to be on the platform? I don't want to do something that isn't in your good graces, since if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be over there still. And he said, nah, do your thing. Get your money, homie. It's all good. I'm in a Discord, a guy named Guilty's Discord. Now, despite the fact that Guilty openly supports far right-wing ideology, despite the fact that Guilty fancies himself a Nazi and a disciple of Hitler, and me being part Jewish, having some Jewish DNA in me, makes me completely at odds with that. I'm not saying anything that people don't already know. I mean, a lot of y'all probably don't know that. I don't know if AD knows that his homeboy's a Nazi, but hey, now he does. But I would always debate with him about that. Feverishly go back and forth with him about that and his ideology and how disgusting it was to me. And that's why he's a supporter of people like Nick Fuentes and Richard Spencer. Guilty is the dude that was brokering all of the interviews with those people on No Jumper. If it wasn't for Guilty, Richard Spencer wouldn't have been over there. Destiny wouldn't have been over there. Nick Fuentes would never have been over there. He openly supports them. He's a, what are they called? Gropers or gripers, or what's the word for the people that dick ride fucking Nick Fuentes' virgin cock? Yeah, whatever that is. I don't think that's the real Milk 7-4. But if that's really Milk, inbox me. Inbox me on IG. I don't think that's really Milk, but if that's you, inbox me. I don't think that's really Milk. He can inbox me on IG if that's really him. And he can shoot me his number and I'll call him right now. Yeah, I don't think that's the real Milk, to be honest with y'all. Grifters. Yeah, whatever the fuck they're called. If that Milk, I don't got your number. If that's really Milk, inbox me your number right now. Okay, if that's really Milk, I got a lot of people saying it is. He could inbox me. He could inbox me and we could chop it up. Yeah, so I got my own shit going on now. And I appreciate the support. I hope all of y'all are subscribing, liking, all that shit. I still have a lot more to talk about and unpack about this. I will make a detour to talk to Milk real quick if that's really him. I don't believe it is because he hasn't inboxed me. He could have easily done that. Yeah, that ain't no Milk. Yeah, gropers, groupers, whatever the fuck they're called. Anyways. Yeah, he's one of them. And despite that fact, the reason I became a part of that Discord was during the backlash of the whole, from like really when I started to fall from grace in the eyes of a lot of people in the No Jumper community on the heels of that whole Flacco situation. Guilty reached out to me and invited me into his Discord. This isn't just like, first of all, it's a small, intimate Discord. I think there's maybe 9 people in there, like 15 members max. And most of them are like people that have a lot of direct contact with the staff. Guilty was a good friend of AD's. That's how I knew him. He's AD's homie. He reached out to me. He's also, like I said, had been setting up interviews for Adam, and the other people in there are all mods on the No Jumper Reddit. They're mods on the No Jumper chat. They're people that had been fans for years. One of them is a dude that started the V2 chat, or the V2 No Jumper. Some of them are mods in Flacco's Discord. They're all like important people. Also, man, let it out, loved one. Shouts to OG Suicide. I forgot to mention him earlier. Nothing but respect for the OG. Great dude. Great dude with great intentions. I would love to have him on my platform. I'm going to be having a lot of interviews with other people on this platform. Well, everyone's saying that's really milk. I'm looking at my DMs. I don't see... He's not hitting me up, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm hella confused if that's really milk or not. But I don't have any DMs from him. I just looked at my DMs right now. So he ain't DM me. Yeah, that's not milk. Anyways. So those people in that Discord are people that that I trust, that on the heels of that situation had my back and helped me navigate a lot of tricky situations. There's like a lot of cliques over there in No Jumper. Disconnected, they all had like a tightly knit foundation together. Figmunity was all really tightly knit. Suspect is someone that I consider family from before that, but you know, I still consider him family, but, you know, like, he's kind of shown me through his actions that he don't fuck with me the way that I fuck with him. So I'm not going to continue to abuse myself and allow people to treat me that way if it's not reciprocated. So I'm not going to, you know, it is what it is. He's still fam, but for whatever reason, over at No Jumper, he wasn't treating me like the way I would treat him. So it is what it is. Plus, him and Gino were very close. I kind of felt like I didn't have any real friends at No Jumper, people that I could confide in, people that I was close to. So that Discord kind of became my people. There's actual employees of No Jumper that are in that Discord. Would talk to them all the time. As I was kind of isolated and disenfranchised from a lot of my homies and a lot of the people I grew up with and a lot of the people in the battle rap and hip-hop community that I'm close with, I spent more and more time focusing on No Jumper. I found myself spending more time in this Discord talking to those people than I did my own friends. A lot of them to this day I still have a great deal of respect for. Now, when that situation arose with Adam, like I did on many other nights, hopped in the Discord to say what's up to the people. Guilty. He literally was one of the first things he said when I was in there. And you could ask anybody else that's in there. EXO. You could ask Dang Becky. You could ask Machine Loud. You could ask Mo. You could ask Lawakun. You could ask what's her additional sport. You could ask Cindy. Any of the people that be in there regularly, and there's others as well. You could ask Mikey from No Jumper, because Mikey was there as well. You could ask all those people. I did not bring up AD's situation. I did not bring up the fact that Adam wanted to remove AD. Guilty brought it up. Guilty brought it up and was like, yeah. And I don't know if AD saying he didn't tell him at that point, Adam saying he didn't tell him at that point. I don't fucking know, but he already knew. He already knew at that point what was up. And he knew that he not only said that he was some of the reasons why, but one of the reasons he said was that Adam was upset about myself and AD speaking up against Richard Spencer. Now again, I don't know if that's true. But that's what he said. And he was very adamant about that. Adam says that's not true. I don't know what or who to believe or who to trust at this point. I'd be inclined to believe Adam in this scenario, but I don't fucking know. But he did seem to be upset about that. He had been hoeing me out quite a bit lately on the platform. He had been trying to call me out for being, self-loathing white or pandering to black people or whatever he says. So, I don't know. I spoke up about Richard Spencer. The fact that that I didn't fuck with him, and the fact that even though he's a supposed reformed racist and doesn't have that ideology anymore, he still needs to be held accountable for his actions. And I felt like when Destiny and Adam were speaking to him on stream, they didn't hold him accountable to the degree that was comfortable to me. And I really wish that there was somebody, a person of culture, a person of color, in that instance, who could have been there to do that. Because it wasn't done. Now, Guilty told me that, and my intention when having that conversation and entertaining it further. Now, what I should have done has been like, damn, I don't know anything about that, and I'm wrong for doing that. But Guilty was so adamant about the fact that that he already knew about this and he had already been discussing it with the people in the Discord, that I should have played dumb, and I fucked up in that regard. But I thought we were all friends. I thought it was a place where we could all, they've helped me, and I thought that we could all help each other. AD's been in that Discord several times as well. And now, mind you, I'm extra fucking stupid for believing in this shit. Because I'm extra stupid for believing this shit. Because wait, what the fuck? This ain't right. What was I saying? Yeah. I've been in that Discord several fucking times. And 80 had been in there several... Okay, no, this is what I was going to say. Sorry. I was stupid because Guilty is the same dude who told AD all my angles from the diss track when I played it for him last time. And I still, my dumbass, going back like an abused fucking dog, going back to his owner again, literally allowed myself to get tricked again into trusting these people. And I did it because what I wanted to do was help find a solution to help maybe figure out a way to get AD to be able to stay on that show, and how to approach that situation, and how to approach Adam properly about it, and how to do it in a methodical, tactful way that doesn't put anyone in jeopardy and doesn't jeopardize anyone's relationships further. Now, there was no malice in that conversation, and I don't recall myself being there. Was so much discussed. I don't believe that I was the first person to say the 4 jokes thing that Adam is so, for some reason, so upset about being revealed. Now, I understand he felt betrayed, and I did not want to betray him, and that was not my intention to betray him. And I definitely, he has every right to not want to fuck with me after that. But I didn't realize that, I thought that AD already knew that. I thought that that was already discussed in there. If I was the first one to bring that up in there, then I'm dead wrong for that. However, I didn't think that that was that big of a deal. I didn't think that that was going to be a determining factor in their friendship. And that's not the only thing that AD is upset about by any means. But I understand Adam being like, damn, like, I told you something in confidence, and you relate it to other people, which I shouldn't have done. but it was not with bad intentions. It was only to try to help the situation. The fact that I'm responsible for any type of negativity between two friends, between Adam and AD, between all these people now no longer wanting to fuck with No Jumper. That's the last thing I fucking wanted to do. However, if that was all it takes for a friendship to deteriorate, the foundation was already weak. These are things that could have been discussed between the two of them so many times, so easily, for several months. And I understand him confiding in me. I should have not spoke on it. I did, and that's the reason why he wanted to fire me. Okay, understandable. However, there's a lot more to it than that. I did not want, and I don't like a lot of the things that those people said that I was speaking on. I still don't believe that I was the first to bring up that 4 jokes thing. And I also, what I did wrong was confirm that it was even an issue. I was not in there discussing people's salaries. Nobody ever can say that that's true, and that's 1,000% wrong. Now, apparently what happened was the next day, Guilty wound up going to AD and saying, wow, you didn't tell me about what happened. You didn't tell me that this is the reason why you got fired or why you're upset, and you didn't, I didn't know this. And then AD asked specifically what was said. Guilty relayed specific intricacies of the conversation and put extras on it too, like what people are getting paid and a bunch of other shit, which is not fucking true at all. And then when AD wound up going back to Adam and speaking about it, because Adam wanted to talk to him and try to preserve their friendship moving forward and figure out a way to do it, and nip it in the bud at the beginning of the week, AD was like, bro, I'm not really happy with what you've been saying about me. Adam says the only people that he said that to are me and Josh. I don't know, he has told other people as well. He admitted to it yesterday that there are other people that know. I don't know how it wound up getting to Guilty initially. I don't know how Guilty found out, but Guilty knew. Guilty knew some way, and it wasn't from me. And even his lying bitch ass will acknowledge that. Fucking Nazi scumbag piece of shit, Doc Martin wearing airwear, fucking steel toe, white suspender, bitch ass anonymous hiding at his fucking mom's crib in Porter Ranch, bitch ass lame fool, alright? Now apparently Adam, when that happened, he pulled me aside right before the music stream or the recording stream, and I'm glad that I got to go out, and the last thing that I did on No Jumper was spit a verse that I'm really happy with, that I wrote on the spot and got to shed light on the homie Nug Life, a really dope producer. And that's my swan song on No Jumper, and I'm happy that if I'm going to go out on a note, I'm going to go out like that. I'm going to talk about the public exposure aspect of this at the very end, though. We're going to get into that as well. Now, Adam reached out to the people he trusts from that Discord. The only people he really speaks, even though he knows Mikey, who is an employee of him, he didn't reach out to him, who could have verified a lot of what I was saying. But he did reach out after asking me, like, hey, did you tell AD about the 4 jokes or whatever? And I was like, no. And I was like, were you in Discord talking about it? And I was like, no, because I literally did not remember saying that. I said I was in Discord talking about it, but I don't recall saying that. Right? I don't even remember the semantics of that conversation. It was something along those lines. Went and recorded the verse. Apparently at that time, Adam, taking the word of 2 people he's never met in real life, Guilty and Sadie. Now, as far as Sadie goes, Sadie Perry, I love Sadie. Sadie's been a really cool person. She showed me a lot of love. Her and her husband came out to my event speaking for fentanyl awareness in New York City. Kicked it with them. Talked to her all the time. I was one of the people that pushed for her to be modded on No Jumper. And have shown her nothing but love. She's shown me nothing but love. Guilty told me multiple times, watch what you say in front of her. She would tell me multiple times, watch what you say in front of Guilty. Well, I guess they were both fucking right. What do you know? So, we interrupt this live stream to give you a special announcement. I will be streaming on this platform. No Jumper. I'll be streaming on this platform. Ruin your day. Please like and subscribe. Please click the notifications on. Please comment. Please drop cocaine bot emojis all the time. Every time you see me going live, I will have multiple podcasts on here. I'll have a podcast with my brother Smokey called Flavor Junkie, which is going to be exploring the different regions of hip-hop and the intricacies of those scenes and whatever scene is popping and next up in hip-hop culture. I will be doing interviews with different people in hip-hop and battle rap culture, and I will also be doing recovery-based content as well. Subscribe for this and all the other great content on this channel. Okay. With that being said, again, I will be tomorrow getting my bottom teeth fixed, so I'm excited about that. Flavor Junkie is back. Yeah, now, back to what I was saying. So, Sadie, the fact that she said, now her initial statement to Adam was, yeah, Lush might have been talking about this. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it came from Lush, and he was in there saying way too much and talking. Guilty was confirming all that stuff too. Now, it's super fucking strange. It's super strange that Sadie would do that, and then neither of them, like when I texted Sadie, I'm like, Sadie, you got to clear this up because, like, I'm looking crazy right now. I might lose my job over this. You got to let Adam know the real. You never heard me say that shit. And she's like, well, I didn't tell him anything. And Adam said that he spoke to you earlier today. And she's like, well, I haven't spoken to Adam in weeks. But he said that he just spoke to you. Then all of a sudden, she went radio silent. Now, I don't want people to attack Sadie because she's pregnant. And, I want her to be in good health with her pregnancy. So I'm not going to put any negative energy on her. I still love her. But the fact that she would betray me in this manner and then just go radio silent. And the fact that Guilty would betray me in this manner. Both of them exaggerate and lie on me in multiple regards. And then Guilty literally deleted his Instagram, archived his Instagram, deleted his Discord, and turned his phone off. I don't even have his phone number, AD does, and stopped talking to everybody. It's fucking crazy. It's like these people are making such bold claims which are literally changing the trajectory of my life, but aren't willing to stand on it. When they swore up and down multiple times to secrecy and that what we talk about in there stays in there. And the fact that they would violate that and then go above and beyond and embellish and then not stand on what they said when everybody else in the Discord has openly said what they're saying isn't true. It's kind of fucking crazy to me. Like, not even a word to me. And for what purpose? To get you more clout for a company that you don't even work for? It doesn't make sense to me. It's heartbreaking to me. That's the part that hurts the most. But, because at the end of the day, No Jumper didn't fully appreciate me. If No Jumper appreciated me, they wanted me to just be like the whipping boy over there and to be just cannon fodder. They didn't appreciate what I could truly bring to the table. They weren't nurturing the full extent of my gifts. And the fact that, if you want to fire me, cool. Get rid of me. To do it in the manner in which you did. To go knowing that I have a frail mental state, but you know what? I'm not going to allow this to break me. I'm not allowing this to get me down. This is only making me fucking stronger. This is only making me stronger. Best believe, in any capacity. So, but going on the live stream, like, bro, like, with all due respect, like, Adam, like, that's super fucking childish, bro. Like, what part of that is a professional? What part of that? I don't even know if that's legal. Like, to be honest, but I'm not tripping like that. But the fact that you would go to such great lengths to humiliate me and then make it a clip on Instagram, have it posted on the No Jumper IG, linked with a collaborative post, so it's on your page as well. It says more about you than it does about me. It made you look some type of way more than it made me. More people have. Read the fucking comments, bro. Read your own comments. People are not fucking with that, bro. That's not, there's nothing cool about that. There's nothing G about that. There's nothing professional about that. There's nothing that adds credence or credibility to you in any capacity. I already have a bunch of platforms reaching out to me to be a part of them that are hip-hop based, with reputable people. And you might just see me on those platforms with permanent residencies beyond what I'm doing over here and beyond what I'm doing in battle rap with GTX. However, the fact that I was so unceremoniously removed and was never even officially fired. Like, who the fuck does that? How the fuck was that cool? And how is that going to ever make anybody... How is anybody going to... Like, do you understand? Like, bro, a lot of your staff is about to fucking dip too, bro. A lot of the people that made that platform what it was. For you to turn your back on AD, when AD is the dude that fucking added so much credibility and protected the platform in so many ways, like, bro, that's crazy. But I still got love for you. Even if you didn't fire me, if I did go back on that platform, nobody would respect me. I would be a bigger bitch than I've ever looked in my entire life. And considering how much I've gotten played out and played myself out in the past few months, that's saying a fucking lot. But I'm not no motherfucking buster, bro. Contrary to what you think, contrary to what others might think. And that was... After, there's no coming back from that. And I know you don't take accountability. You weren't even able to apologize to House Phone. You weren't able to apologize to AD. And I don't think you're going to apologize to me. Especially because you don't think you're in the wrong. You genuinely don't think in your heart of hearts that you were in the wrong. And I'm not saying you were in the wrong for firing me, but the way in which you went about doing it, bro, there's nothing cool about that. Nothing respectable about that. There might be a few fucking 14-year-old retards with fucking pimples jerking off in their bedroom with a fucking smoke perp poster above their bed that think that shit is tight. But nobody else does. I promise you. I promise you your other employees don't. I'm leaving with my motherfucking head held high. And I'm leaving... This is obviously a blessing in disguise. This is a godsend. This is what needed to happen. That place wasn't good for my mental health. I take responsibility for what I did wrong. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Much love to everybody that supported me then. Much love to everyone that supports me now. Shouts to everyone on the staff over there. Bassa, Kelvin, Riley, you feel me? Hurley, Mikey, Sydney, all of them. Laura, you's a motherfucking hater, by the way. Yeah. Laura, you's a motherfucking hater. Straight the fuck up. Oh shit, I just... Oh, I got an interesting DM. The fact that I, like, defended Adam through so much shit and, turned a blind eye to so much shit, compromised my morals in so many ways, I played myself out. I played myself out. I'm waiting for a... Motherfuckers are saying Milk wants to hop on this call, but I don't know. I will call Milk right motherfucking now for multiple reasons. I would love to talk to Milk. Would love to talk to Milk for multiple reasons. With that being said, I mean, if y'all have any questions, we can talk about it. Oh, shit. Fuck everybody, to be honest with you. I appreciate all y'all. This is a new platform. I hope we're gaining some subs. We got a lot of live people. If y'all got any questions, let me know. That's not really Milk, guys. Unfortunately. I wish it was. Hold on.
What up, brother man?
You ain't Milk.
714.
Nice. He said 714. I'm trying to answer questions. They're like kind of coming a little bit too fast for me to see. Okay, so talk about Adam's allegations. Not really privy to that, but all I know is I don't have any allegations like that. Never have, never will. I already spoke on Almighty. That was Milk 74's fucking grandfather, if anything, right? Spoke on Guilty already. He's a Nazi. He's a bitch. He's literally a Nazi. Y'all got Nazis booking Nazis to come to No Jumper. All right. Have fun with that. Damn, 3.5 thousand people watching. I got a dip in like 7 minutes. I'm going to be out of here. But I got nothing bad to say about Lena. She's always been cool to me. I don't really know her that well, but she's always been sweet every time I've seen her. Got nothing bad to say about her. Parker's a beautiful kid. Adam's a good father. Got nothing to say in regards to any of that. But what he did, like, trying to play me out, like, where they do that at? I thought that working for Alki David was, like, the most volatile environment, period. But this shit is a whole other fucking level. But I'm also going to be live tonight with my boy Geechee Gotti. So we going to chop it up tonight on Geechee's No Studio and platform. Y'all don't have nothing to worry about as far as my sobriety. I'll take a motherfucking drug test on stream. No, Laura is just a hater, fool. She used to be hella cool and she switched on me for no fucking reason. Like, I don't know what her fucking problem is. Shouts to Vasti, though. I love Vasti. She hella cool. I'm just keeping it a stack. This shit crazy. It's got to be the most live viewers there's ever been on this motherfucking channel. Subscribe. We gonna be doing a lot of new content. This is my new home. If you support me in any capacity, if you want to rock with me, whatever it is, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. Yeah, if anybody, look, if any of the homies want to call in, this is where I'm at. Yeah, bro, that shit's crazy, bro. The fact that, like, I literally have, like, family members that I haven't spoken to or homies I haven't spoken to for years hitting me up all worried because they seen that, like, bro. Oh, shouts to Icon, my dog Icon, cool as fuck. Bro, nobody thinks it's cool that you did that you fired me on live, bro, or that you kicked me off stream. And then I had, like, literally I walk outside and then I'm like, I'm literally about to go outside and Tone's like, oh, hey, Adam told me to ask you to leave. Like, bro, I don't know, for some reason, Super Chat's not enabled. We're going to have to get Super Chat back on here. Yeah, I wish No Jumper the best of luck. As a fan, as someone that's been watching that platform for years, I don't want to see it deteriorate. I'm not rooting against them, but whatever happens, happens, right? Yeah, shouts to my boy Disaster about to kill it in Utah this weekend. Like, what the fuck was I gonna do? Like, to have the security need to walk me out? Like, I'm gonna go over there and fucking, like, bruh. The people have literally doxed the office. People have fucking brought in fights and all kinds of crazy shit and on stream and all this fucking shit happen and they don't get fired, but I do for, come on, bro. Alright, I see where your value system is, but that's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. Again, I'm grateful for the opportunity. The way I was so unceremoniously removed from the platform was quite unfortunate. 2 more minutes and I'm out. GTX got a lot coming up. Got a lot coming up on this platform. This is just the beginning for me. This is a whole new, and apparently this is what God wanted, and I'm here for it. And I was disappointed, and I was hurt, and I was in a lot of shock. My initial reaction when Adam came on that stream, people were like, "Oh, he knew he was in trouble." I was like, people make so many inferences to people's emotional state when watching them on video. Like, bro, I was just shocked. I was, what I thought? What my dumbass thought? That Adam was coming to give me props on my verse. But I forgot he doesn't like hip-hop. So, yeah. I thought he was literally going to be like, damn, Lush, you fucking killed it. That was my face when he first got on there. And then I was just fucking literally shocked that we were discussing this. Not only in front of the friends I had in the room at that moment, but for the world to fucking see. I didn't lie about what I said, you fucking moron. But, yeah. Joe Budden was right. Joe Budden was right. Maybe I'll talk to Joey soon. I know academics wanted to talk to me yesterday. Whatever. I already spoke on everything else. Who do I feel the most betrayed by? Man. At the end of the day, I feel betrayed by multiple people, but I let myself down, and that's the most important. So all I got to do now is move forward, get the shit popping. Like I said, subscribe here, like the video, share it. Thank you to everyone at No Jumper for the opportunity. This shit was dope. I'm moving on to what God has intended for me, and I'm nervous about it, but I'm excited, and I hope things work out for the best. And all I want to do is keep it positive. I know I'm still in an emotional state about it, but I'm going to keep it funky with y'all, and much love. Thank you for everything, and y'all have enjoyed the rest of your day. Subscribe, and I will be back soon.